It's up to you to make yourself happy. Not your mom, not your boyfriend, not your bestie. You. And that comes with so much freedom, but also a lot of responsibility. Are you showing up for yourself with this in mind? Let's talk about it. Hello, and welcome back to Level Up, a self improvement podcast where we talk about all things self improvement, personal development, self help, wellness, fitness, basically anything that you need to know in order to level up. I am your host, Mariana Solis, and this episode is all about a lesson of happiness that I've had to relearn and really dove right into it as of lately. For many of us, the pursuit of happiness could feel like a never-ending quest. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that happiness can come from external sources. Your partner, your friends, your job, or your material possessions. Here's the hard truth. Relying on these external sources for happiness is a surefire way to end up disappointed. Think about it. If your happiness is tied down to your material possessions, if you feel happy when you get a new phone, well, there will always be a new model. If it's tied to a designer bag, well, another one will catch your eye, and then this cycle just keeps on continuing. What was once exciting just becomes another item in your closet or in your wish list. And I realized this as a child. Every toy I would see in commercial, I would want it, and then I would get it, and after wishing and longing so much for it, I would get it, and I would kind of be like, okay, now what? New toy that I want now. And the same goes for accomplishments. There will always be another goal to hit, another milestone. And if your self-worth is dependent on meeting these milestones, you might just find yourself perpetually in pursuit of this next big thing. Similarly, if your happiness stems from the beauty of your physical being, it's gonna be very hard to keep up because beauty standards are forever evolving. What's considered attractive today may not be considered attractive tomorrow. There will always be somebody who seems to fit the standard better, who seems prettier than you, maybe more confident, maybe more put together. You cannot put your happiness in hands of these external validations. And one of the hardest realities for me was to accept that people come and go. Relationships are dynamic and no one is guaranteed to stay in your life forever. While it's wonderful to have supportive friends and family, putting your happiness in the palm of their hands can lead to heartache when circumstances change or can lead you to put up with a lot of unnecessary BS. This realization that it's not the job of the people around me to bring me joy and happiness has also strengthened my relationships because it releases this pressure and these expectations off of another person. Not saying that I don't have an expectation of my boyfriend to bring me some joy, but I know it's not his job, for example, to bring me all of the joy. Because when I'm feeling shitty, I know it's my job to center myself and to fix these emotions. Maybe I go on a walk, maybe I meditate, maybe I watch a good movie, and I bring happiness to myself. Before, I would feel sad and I would call my boyfriend immediately and I would get frustrated because I was like, well, you're not helping me feel better. And I know this sounds a little bit bratty, but I know that I am not alone. It's so common to put these unrealistic expectations on a partner or friends because in a way society has led us to believe that the people around us are there to make us feel joy. And when my boyfriend was unable to do that, I would feel very frustrated and I would feel like he was falling short as a boyfriend, and then I would start questioning my relationship. It wasn't until I realized that I had to find fulfillment from within that my perspective on all of my relationships changed. I realized it was just my sole duty to make myself okay, and I could hang out with these people when I was okay so that we could make each other. We're at a baseline of being okay or maybe slightly above it, and we're cheering ourselves up together. But then when one person is all the way here and the other person is right here, it's not fair for this person, whether if this person is you or your friend or your family or your boyfriend, it's not fair for them to do this, you know? So what does this mean? Are our relationships meaningless? Do we not need anybody but ourselves? Do we not need any material items? No, they're all part of the human experience and they are meant to elevate our lives. We shouldn't give up on our goals or stop enjoying our hobbies or distance ourselves from people who do bring us joy. It just means that all of these elements, they can add some happiness to our lives. It can add flavor to our lives. But ultimately, you should be the primary source of your own happiness. Think about your life as like a cup of water. Your hobbies, your friends, your partners, your family members, your material possessions, they're all drops of water that come to fill your cup. But you should be the one that is carrying the pitcher and really just pouring it in. Because if you are not doing that, no matter how many drops you receive, you are not going to feel fully fulfilled ever. How can we learn to become the keepers of our own happiness? Start by getting to know yourself better. What are your core values? Brings you joy on a deep personal level. Spend time doing things that nourish yourself. Spend time getting to know yourself. Just doing the things that meet your external expectations or keep you busy. Practice self-care and self-compassion as well. Kind to yourself and recognize your achievements. And develop resilience by learning how to handle setbacks with grace. Before you can build your own happiness, you really need to understand who you are. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of personal development. Start by asking yourself some key questions. What are your core values? Identify what truly matters to you. Maybe it's family, maybe it's adventure, creativity, or something completely different. And knowing your core values helps you make choices that are truly aligned with yourself. And that way you can choose to actively show up as your true self. If you really value family time, well, maybe you're gonna make it an effort to spend more time with your family, even if it means skipping a workout or cutting it short for a day or two. Then ask yourself, what activities bring you joy? Reflect on the moments where you felt happy or at peace. Was it when you were writing, drawing, hanging out with friends, spending time in nature? Maybe clubbing or raving. I think the activities that bring you joy can help you prioritize them in your life. Because we should prioritize joy. We should prioritize doing activities that we enjoy doing. And once you have a clear understanding of who you are, it's time to create a little bit of a personal happiness plan. A plan that will serve as a roadmap for creating a healthy, balanced, and fulfilling life. And the first step is to set meaningful goals. Align these goals with your core values. That way you're not setting goals based on external validations, but you're setting goals on what aligns with you authentically. For example, if one of your core values is creativity, then one of your goals may be to finish a painting next month. The goal doesn't have to be make $100,000 this year. It can be as simple as I want to go to the park twice this week because I love spending time in nature. Then you're going to focus on developing healthy habits because building happiness is an ongoing process that involves cultivating positive habits. Add more self-care days to your routine or self-care hours. Practice more gratitude into your daily life. Even practice mindfulness so that you could start enjoying the present moment. And then we're going to focus on building resilience because life is full of constant up and downs. That doesn't change. We have to learn how to manage these ups and downs. And resilience will help us navigate these challenges with a positive mindset. You can build your resilience by developing coping strategies. Whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed, I go for a run or for a walk. What are things that help you calm down or help you cope with the everyday noise of the world? And reframe your perceptions of challenges. Start viewing the obstacles that arrive in your life as opportunities of growth. And as you use these tools to build your own happiness, it's crucial to practice self-compassion. You have to be kind to yourself, especially during dark times. Recognize that making mistakes and experiencing setbacks are all part of the process. They're part of everyone's journey. And treat yourself with the same empathy that you would give to a friend. Self-compassion involves being patient with yourself and allowing yourself time to experience things and grow from challenges. And forgiving yourself, letting go of past mistakes, and accepting the fact that you will continue to make mistakes, but receiving yourself in open arms and trying to grow and be a better person every day. Not trying to be a perfect person, but a better one. So remember that while it's completely fine to enjoy the company of loved ones, feel a sense of accomplishment when you meet a goal, or strive for better material possessions, your ultimate source of happiness should be yourself. Building your own happiness is about taking ownership of your well being and creating a life that aligns with your values, passions as well. It involves understanding yourself, setting meaningful goals, cultivating positive habits, and practicing self compassion. Remember that happiness is a personal journey and you have the power to shape it to whatever that looks like for you. And that was all for this week's episode. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe so that we could continue to level up together. And until next time, bye.